Your Excellency, but only that's it. I can hold it. Hello, hello. Your Excellency, former President of the Republic, and my good friend John Dramani Mahama, the Volta Region Chairman of the NDC, and the rest of the entourage of His Excellency former President, on behalf of the chiefs and the people of Asogli, and by extension of the Volta region, it's a great honor for me to welcome you to Ho, and of course the Volta region, as you start your campaign tour of the region. Great honor to be seeing you for the second time in 3 days. You are with us over the weekend, and I'm glad I will be here again today. It's always a joy to see you. Let me take the opportunity to congratulate you, first of all, on your 24-hour economic policy. As someone who believes in hard work, I believe this is what we need. And it's obvious that the application of this policy in the manufacturing sector can indeed be a game changer. When you buy plant and equipment, it is for you 24 hours a day. If you choose to use it only for 8 hours, there's a little chance that you will do well, because the manufacturers of those machines have made them to be operated for 24 hours, and that determines the price at which they are sold at. So I think it's a matter of course that if you have a factory, you want, we see in the airline industry, it's always in the interest of the airline to ensure that the aircraft is airborne always. That is how you make your money. And it's also particularly important because with the advent of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area Agreement, we in Ghana need to expand our production capacity so we can take maximum advantage. It has been established that we are far behind those countries currently in the pilot phase as far as exports to our counterparts are concerned. And I'm aware that Nigeria recently launched an ambitious $50 billion program to expand production and therefore exports to Africa, taking advantage of AFTA. So I think your policy is a sure way of making us ready to also export to other African countries. And of course, by so doing, expand employment. If a factory that runs for 8 hours, one shift, decides to do 3 shifts, at least theoretically, they can expand factory labor force threefold. And of course, lower cost of production per unit and become more competitive. So I think it's a great policy we all deserve. So it deserves all of our support. I've also recently read about your newly launched youth policy, and I find it also very exciting. In particular, your plan to engage the youth in issue making at all levels of government. I think it's a good step forward because the future belongs to the youth and it's about participate in the issue making process. Thank you very much for that policy. I'm also very excited, Your Excellency, about your promise to review the payment of ex-gratias to the privileged few who enjoy ex-gratias in our country. I think you have a lot of our support. The Constitution does not mandate, does not make compulsory. It just asks that a committee or committees decide what ex-gratias selected employees should be entitled to. It could be the case they are not entitled to it. It certainly is not the case that they must be paid. And worst of all, for people to get ex-gratias or end-of-term benefits multiple times in their lives. At a time when we are not able to pay our NAPCO employees, we are not able to pay our national service students or graduates. So I think that is also a thought in the right direction. Let me also congratulate you on your exoneration in the Airbus case. I think it's good news, not only for you, but for all of Ghana. Because it would have been a stab at the back. It would have been a dashing of hopes if you were to be found culpable. So congratulations on your exoneration. Your Excellency, I want to take the opportunity to share a few thoughts with you, the gathering, and of course with Ghanaians at large. You said it rightly that indeed there is a lot of work to do. Yes, there is a lot of work to do. What I will talk about will all be facts. It's not about politics, but it's about things that matter to the average Ghanaian. There is a fine line between partisan politics and discussion of politics. Of course, we chiefs are banned from partisan politics, but the reality of the matter is that we are also victims of everything that happens in this country. We suffer consequences of every wrong thing that happens as much as we enjoy all the good things that happen. So we cannot stand aloof as far as our developmental issues are concerned. And very importantly too, the chiefs are the people every day, indeed every hour. So when they put in difficulty, the first place to go to is the paramount chief's house. So chiefs naturally must be concerned about happenings in our country. So I'll share my thoughts. Your Excellency and my fellow Ghanaians, the dream of every Ghanaian is to live a good life, is to be happy. Indeed, our founding fathers believe in our ability to manage our own affairs, bring development to our people, bring employment to our people, and bring happiness to our people. And that's why they said that the Ghanaian was capable of managing his own affairs, and they fought hard for our independence. Of course, our constitution has also carried the same dream and prescribed under the directive principles of state policy that the state shall be managed in that brings economic prosperity, brings employment, and brings happiness to all Ghanaians. And of course, it also requires that opportunities be created for all Ghanaians to participate in the development process. Yes, I believe we are capable to manage our own affairs, and I also believe that we have everything that it takes to ensure that our people enjoy decent living standards. Thankfully, the good Lord has endowed us with a lot of resources. Apart from our human resources, young growing population, we have so much land. Resources, name the gold, diamond, manganese, bauxite, molybdenum. We also have oil and gas. Ghana has more than its fair share of the wealth and for those increases. So our people are indeed suffering. Worst of all, just as you said, we are suffering massive unemployment, particularly among the youth. Recent statistics suggest that unemployment worldwide is at the lowest level now in 15 years. But we are still suffering massive unemployment. So when you combine massive indebtedness,